Anita Joseph marriage has crashed. Yes, it has crashed. The one thing Nigerians have been waiting for, it has finally crashed. And now Nigerians are excited. They are happy that it has finally crashed. Anita Joseph got married to MC Fish, also known as Fisayo Olagunju, in a public way. The wedding itself was loud. The law, it was loud. What about the defense? Hey, it was loud. At first, the reaction was mixed. Some people congratulated her, some questioned her speed, some questioned the choice because they felt like she is a public figure, a confident, outspoken lady as her, settling for an MC who is not even a public figure. From the beginning, Anita Joseph made us understand that she was fiercely loyal, she was unapologetically married, and she was ready to fight anyone that would question her own. Like any criticism was shut down immediately. But Nigeria noticed something early. The marriage was not just being lived, it was being protected aggressively. But at that time, some people started calling it confidence. With time, people started calling it pressure.
Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is sweet. Don't allow mad people to tell you or convince you that marriage is not good. Okay? Don't get married on Yala. Don't get married on a flip man. Don't get married on your. Don't get married. That's it. You know. So when you marry a good man and your friend, well, if you don't see your friend, still marry your friend. When you marry a good man, you know that marriage is beautiful, right, baby? How did you know? You know. So marriage is actually beautiful.
So how do you know?
Because I'm married.
Before the marriage conversation, Anita Joseph was already known for a very clear public identity. She was known for being confident, bold, outspoken, and unapologetic. She didn't try to fit into the quiet soft box Nigerian expected from women, and that was really important because when someone with a strong personality enters marriage, the expectations automatically doubles. People don't just watch the marriage, they watch how the personality changes. So even before she announced anything, the audience were already at alert. The marriage didn't start with secrecy. There were hints, there were appearances, there were moments that suggested something serious was happening. And Anita Joseph didn't play guessing game for long. Instead of soft launching, she chose bold confirmation, and that is what set her apart. Most celebrities test the waters first, but Anita Joseph, she jumped straight in, and Nigerian noticed because in celebrity culture, boldness is risky. It invites and draws attention and scrutiny. The announcement of the marriage itself was very deliberate. It entered the internet loudly, strong declaration, public defense, and spiritual language. She didn't just come on social media to say, I am married. She came with, my husband is my king. She carried on for her. She came with that kind of energy. This is my husband. This is my choice. This is my happiness, and I will defend it. But that tone was important because he told the internet one thing clearly, that she already expected resistance. And when someone come online, come on social media to announce the happiness while already holding a shield, people start asking why. Is she the other woman? Is she the mistress? What is she not saying? What is she hiding? You know how funny people can think the marriage look unshakable, but that is the problem. Some celebrity overly perform in their marriage. There will just be too much explanation, too much reassurance, too much proving. But one thing people do not know is that when love is peaceful, it is quiet. But when it is unstable, it is just unnecessarily loud. And when cracks appeared, Nigerians responded and reacted harshly. Not because they hated her, but because they felt misled. They had already bought the story, and now the story had changed. How bad I knew this marriage affected her. She came with so much peace. Like, no noise. It was so quiet. I think it's because she knew how much she made us, or how much she was trying to prove to us. How she was loved, how she loved her husband, how her husband she was trying to prove so much. And now that that's ended, she just came with so much quietness, no noise, no press conference, no explanation, no back and forth interviews. Ha! Like the changes came with so much quietness that people noticed less couple posts, less public affection, less my husband, my king, my husband, my crown, my husband, my this, Mrs. Olagunju. Let For a woman who used to be so bold about her marriage, that silence was so loud. It was so loud. Then came the subtle unfollowing, the less couple appearance, the lack of acknowledgement, no announcements, no explanations, just absence. And that was why people were so sure about the breakup, because that is usually the first stage of celebrity breakup, the quiet separation before the public confirmation. And Nigerians, they started assuming things, they started saying different things. Rumors started flying up and down. He's a gold digger, he cheated on her, he has gotten what he wanted, he has gotten the fame, because he was nobody. Nobody knew about Josiah Olagunju. Talk more of MC Fish before Anita Joseph introduced him. So they felt like Anita Joseph brought him into limelight. So now he has gotten what he wanted. He has gotten the fame. He has gotten everything he wanted. He now feel like Anita Joseph is no longer his peg. He's now moving on to the next. When Anita Joseph finally spoke, she didn't drag anyone. She made a short, controlled statement on social media. Paraphrased, her message was clear. The marriage has ended. They are no longer together. It was due to irreconcilable differences, and she wants her privacy. No blame, no details, no emotional outbursts. And that shocked a lot of people, because this was the same woman who defended her marriage loudly and boldly. Now she is done. She is calm, and it was brief. That contract alone told people this was not a joke. Once the announcement of the marriage crash dropped, Nigerians reacted instantly. The comment section went wild. Some people said marriage is not easy. Some people said she tried though, settling for an MC, an ordinary MC who is not a public figure. Some people said we saw this coming. That reaction was not from a place of cruelty. It was a pattern recognition. People remembered how defensive the marriage was, how much explaining was done early, and how much she clapped back. To Nigerians, it felt like a marriage that was always under pressure, even at its happiest. But let's be careful here. Anita Joseph did not publicly list out the things that led to the end of her marriage, but people connected dots based on what they saw. Some of the things people pointed out were constant public defense, frequent online tension, strong reaction to criticism, pressure of public opinion. What people concluded was simple. Rumors flew. They flew as always, but there was no confirmed accusation from her. The marriage didn't have room to breathe. It was living under expectations, commentary, and scrutiny, and not every relationship survives that. And Nigerians are very sensitive to emotional patterns. When someone keeps repeating, I am loved, I am happy, I made the right choice, people start wondering, who is she trying to convince? Herself or the internet? The suspicion wasn't based on evidence. It was based on her tone. And tone is everything online. Over time, the marriage stopped being about love. There was no more lovey-dovey kind of videos, no lovey-dovey pictures and all of it. They started being based on explanations. Like every criticism was addressed, every rumor was countered, every comment was answered. And Nigeria started saying she was doing too much. Not because defending your marriage was wrong, but because peace really need much explanation. And here's where culture enters into the story. In Nigeria, a married woman is expected to be calm, grateful, quiet, and unbothered. But Anita Joseph is none of those things naturally. Her personality clashed with those expectations. If she was loud, she was disrespectful. If she defended herself, she was pressed. If she was quiet, she was being controlled. There was no winning scenario, so the internet punished her for not fitting the script. One thing that stood out was that the end was quieter than the beginning, and that's usually intentional. By the time many celebrity marriages end, the fight is over privately. What's left is closure. Nigerians don't just watch celebrity marriage, we invest emotionally, because in a country where marriage is pressured, divorce is stigmatized, women are taught endurance early, celebrity marriage becomes proof of hope. We say, if she can endure, I can. If it worked for her, maybe it can work for me. So when the marriage shakes, Nigerian panics. Not because we know the couple, but because it threatens our belief system. Anita Joseph didn't argue with the internet. She didn't explain herself. She didn't defend herself. She didn't fight narrative. She just walked away quietly. And that silence spoke louder than any rant would have. After the announcement, she just focused on herself, her work, her peace, her lifestyle, her personal space, her spiritual life. She avoided interviews about her marriage. She avoided anything whatsoever that would drag her ex-husband. And that earned her quite some respect, even from critics. And Nigerians, they respect dignity after drama. And Anita Joseph marriage did not end because of one post. It ended because pressure slowly replaced peace. The lesson here is simple. When a marriage is always explaining itself, it's already fighting a battle it shouldn't be fighting. Not every love story survives the internet. Sometimes living quietly is the loudest form of self-respect. That leads me to asking you this question. Do you think the internet puts much pressure on celebrity marriage? Or do you think celebrities should expect scrutiny once their marriage or relationship goes public? Drop your answers in the comment section below. With that being said, do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this channel for more updates and trending topics. Until then, I will be seeing you in my next video.